don't hold on to it. Like most people like once I stack this content, I hold on to it. You gotta put it out there. Release. Food is to get you there. It's supposed to be a hook and keep you sitting there. And now you got that ideas. You like, okay, I'm gonna shake, baby. Let me grab this drink or let me grab this hookah or whatever. But the food is just the bait. It's just one of the marketing tools that you gotta have. You gotta have great food in this industry. But then if you start adding the entertainment piece, and then you got great drinks, you finna be in another level. Pour into your people, but don't let your people drain. You can't take everybody with you. But you continue to, when you're building your teams, you're pouring into them, you're giving them all the resources, but don't let it drain.
Welcome to the Minding My Creative Business podcast, the #1 podcast for creative entrepreneurs to learn strategy, structure, and self-development. I am one of your co-hosts, Ron Ironically Jr.
And I'm your co-host, ShySpeaks, and this episode is about to be interesting. I always say it.
You do?
But this is probably going to be one of my favorites. Why? Because you all may know me as a co-host. You all may know me even as an artist, but I am also an event curator. And I found that to be a creative business structure that needs to be talked about a little bit more. Somebody who does that and that alone. Well, not that alone, but they do that to the max. Without further ado, introducing our Overdoses own Mr. Co-owner of the Five Bistro himself, Eric Grayson.
Hey, man, I might have to hire you to introduce me every time. If you gonna come like that, I'm gonna show you how to get paid with the festivals too. You gonna do announcements.
Let's do it.
So, Mr. Grayson, so that's how we would introduce you.
Okay.
Right? So how would you introduce yourself?
Man, I don't want to mess it up. So I'm gonna give it to you the same way. I'm Mr. Eric Grayson, native of Dallas, Texas. New from Jarvis Christian College. Shout out to Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated. But I'm part art overdose, half man, half amazing. You know what I'm talking about? And co-owner of Five Bistro.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
So let's get into what is the Five Bistro.
Man, the Five Bistro is a place for everybody to come to. We offer Southern Comfort cuisine Tuesday through Sunday. Our main day is Sunday fun day. First we brunch, then we party. And I mean exactly how we say it. And we also go by don't play with the fire, because any other day it's a spirit in that building to where it's gonna turn up regardless.
Yeah. So the reason why I thought it was important to bring you to the table and releases. Oh, I was talking to Valise, who's a publicist and brand manager of mine, and I was just talking about what we're going to be doing for the podcast, and she was just like, you know who will be fire? And then she was like, Eric, and I was like, Eric who? She's like, the co-owner. I was like, oh yes. You know why? Because, like you said, it's Southern cuisine. Mm-hmm. Southern cuisine is culinary art. Mm-hmm. Now, when we say, because when you have a restaurant, sometimes people think of restaurants as just a place to eat, but truly, there is a culinary, or there's usually a chef in there. Oh, yeah. And that chef in there probably went to some school or went to the School of Hard Knocks to have this exquisite ability to make food look and taste amazing, right? Correct. And so we want to shout out to that. But then there is the creativity that goes into running the bistro, the restaurant, and creating creative experiences that go with that. You don't want the food to taste great. You got to have a creative menu. You have to have a creative approach on how you're going to program the night, whether you're going to have a pianist that come out, a DJ that come out. What are you actually doing to bring people into the space and rally around that culinary art? So I think this is super cool. Southern cuisine is what we're doing over here, right? Yeah, so Southern cuisine is what we're doing, but it's programming of the night. It's every night doesn't look the same. Pretty much Tuesday, you're going to get more of your adult game night feel. Then you're also going to be a main feature from a culinary aspect. It's going to be our pasta. Wednesday, I used to be the king of Wings Day. Shout out to my guys, Trill, DJ Five, AT, but we used to do Gators. Mm-hmm. And so we still had that, so 50 Cent Wings. Yeah. And then Thursday, Faith, she's a talent in the city, a voice of the city. So we just kept it with amateur karaoke, where everybody comes in, sing along R&B. Friday, that's kind of your happy hour turn up. So we got everything on happy hour, from the drinks to the food. Everything's pretty much kind of half hour to where, hey, it's the #1 happy hour in the city. As far as Saturday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, the emphasis is brunch. Yeah. Come get the brunch. Come try Southern Catch, which is our #1 item next to the Moondog Chicken and Waffle.
So in all those different aspects, we're providing you with some type of programming of either entertainment as well as our brunch food or our dinner menus.
No, that's what's up. That's what's up. So it's like each day there's a different experience.
It's a different experience.
Now, with those different experiences, are you marketing to the same audience, or does each experience and each day have a different audience that you market to?
So I'm kind of one that's kind of like big on loyalty, and I've tried to bring those that worked with me lateral across, to bring them to the forefront. So I have my own set of DJs that manage the DJs.
Okay.
So, shout out to Mike Reed, shout out to DJ Soul, shout out to Kid Black, Shutdown, Quiz. If I miss somebody, they'll charge it to my heart. But I put somebody like Mike Reed in charge, a guy from Jackson, Mississippi. Real high energy guy, graduate of Jackson. He's a graduate of Valley too as well. But he was one of the DJs that stayed locked in with me. So I said, hey, man, you know what? You're going to be in charge of entertainment. And when I say in charge of entertainment, you're going to say, hey, identify what DJs need to be on what days and make the schedule, make the talent to where no day is pretty much the same. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of one of those things to where with you being a high energy guy, what do you want to hear when you go to these different restaurants? Because everybody's in the new lane of vibe dining.
Right.
So if everybody gets into the culture of vibe dining, how do you make the different nights look, feel different, vibe different? Because you could throw karaoke up there, but you gotta have a real karaoke DJ.
Right.
Somebody that's in tune with the people. They can sing the songs. Yeah. They could be a voice for the people when they don't have their voice and just say, hey, I'm gonna be your backup. Just get up there and do your thing.
Right. Yeah.
So I'm letting him do the programming on that. And then as far as like when it comes to graphics, with this situation to make each day look different, I gotta work with one of the best. She's from Houston. Went to school at OU. Her name is Lauren McMillan. She's also one of my co-founders of Art Overdose.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's just kind of in a nutshell with who's helping guide this ship.
So so that's what you were saying when you're saying unilaterally you're working with somebody that you're putting over that particular creative element, but they know they're supposed to be creating the vibe for that night.
Right.
So the target audience is going to be whoever is attracted to that type of vibe.
Exactly.
Do you see that there are some people who come to like multiple nights, or do you see like there are certain people like these my Tuesday night people, these my Thursday night people? You know, do you see like
it's totally different to where we don't look at. I mean, if you ever went to Gators on Wednesday, it's always been like a 21 and up type of vibe. But now, shifting gears that we older, we still doing the same months for the event. The older folks are appreciating it now to where my Saturday night, Boston City Saturdays, is more your 21 and up, because beforehand, the Five was only open for brunch and closed.
Yeah, it was closed.
So when I got over there, I'm like, man, I'm Mr. Day Party. We're going to have brunch plus day party. And then you start calculating those numbers. You're like, man, if I made $5,000 for brunch, I made $6,000 for day party, I got another opportunity to make another $6,000.
Right.
I'm leaving money on the table, not being open till 2.
Right.
So now I'm kind of opened up for my Saturday nights to be more of your 21 and up vibe.
Right.
Now, question. What was the strategy behind that, right? So I'm hearing you saying, okay, no, we got these different, people on laterally on these different days that's bringing an audience. But like from a business standpoint, like what was your strategy? Why have all these different groups coming these different 5 days?
Well, I can only do so much. I wish I could toot my own horn and say, hey, I'm the man who can do this 24/7, but it takes a team, man.
Okay.
So being able to inspire and put people in place, in position to own ownership to where, hey, I want you to own this piece of the business, and however you grow with it, you grow with it. If you take off and paparazzi or whoever else picks you up in the meantime, I got to respect it, but I gave you an opportunity to grow in that position. So it's also taking a guy who's normally a DJ, but to manage DJs and manage talent, to manage time slots and start saying, hey, you know what? One day you're going to be me. You're going to be managing your own club. You're going to be managing your own DJ. So get used to running it right now.
Right.
Yeah. Right. So it's pretty much a team effort to come up with this strategy.
It's a team effort to come up with this strategy.
But more so, it seems like the strategy was based out of demand from what you were saying earlier when you were saying that vibe culture. People are used to vibe dining. That's what you're saying. They want to go to these Instagrammable places. People want to, or if it's not even Instagrammable, they just want to go if they're going to sit and chill for a while, they want it to be a vibe. Other than that, you're gonna go eat, get some food, and get out of there.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, you're trying to. Is that?
I'm trying to hold on to you. I want you to come stay tonight. I want you to come stay
stay.
past happy hour.
Stay.
Come on, jump on in and call some more people. Tell what I say. Call up the crew Saturdays. I mean that. Call up the crew Saturdays. Call up the crew for brunch. Like, hey, you know when you get in here, you feel the vibe. You feel the energy from the DJs. We might have a live band. We might have live performances. So the different elements kind of reach out to say, you know what, this is a place to where 6 days out the week, I can come vibe and chill.
Right.
And it's kind of a staple in the city.
Right.
Wow. No, I like that, right? Because when you think about, you know, just marketing and how you market to your audience, your thing is like, okay, no, the food is good. Don't get it twisted. But I want to go beyond the food, right?
Right. So let's go beyond the food. Let's talk about it. There's no real money in the food industry. The margins are so high, the spreads are so thin. Maybe if I was in a grab and go type of situation, because you don't have to worry about, guess what, remakes, or the food was cold, or I wanted this dish.
Okay.
So that number
super high luxury.
Super high luxury.
Food,
so that number is steady being pinged when you sit down. But guess what? My high end maximum margins of where I can do is on the alcohol. So food is to get you there. It's supposed to be a hook and keep you sitting there. And now you got that idea. You're like, okay, I'm gonna shake, baby, let me grab this drink, or let me grab this hookah or whatever. But the food is just the bait. It's just one of the marketing tools that you gotta have. You gotta have great food in this industry. But then if you start adding the entertainment piece, and then you got great drinks, oh man, you finna be in another level.
Right.
Yeah.
And I don't like to pop my stuff as far as like millionaire, thousandaire. I'm gonna just say you're gonna be on another level. I don't like to talk about I would just keep it playing. A 6 figure guy. I would just leave it there. Because I don't want nobody to say, hey, can I borrow some money?
Yeah, exactly. They want to go say so.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I mean, but that's like the strategy, right? That's the thing where it's like you said, no, the food is the hook that's gonna get you in the door. But because I'm creating this vibe, that's gonna get you there. Not just get you there, but it's gonna keep you there longer. So now you know when you know you there for about an hour, right? You go down for about an hour, but now you there for about 4-5 hours. You there from 4-5 hours. You feeling good because the vibe is up, right?
Right.
The you know what I'm saying, the food good. The
order
drinks
some
is pouring. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's like you got all these.
Just to give it to it in text, I done took you from $4.50. You came to 50-cent wings day. You probably wanted to spend 8 wings. It's down $4.50.
Right.
You done spent the $5. That was the bait.
Yeah.
Now the drink done baited you in. Now you done bought 2 drinks. That's at $15 because you got the $5 drinks. That only took you from 7 to 9, so you at $20. Now after that 9 o'clock, them prices gotta go to $14 and $30 hookah. So I still baited you in for $70.
Wow.
You know?
And then also, if you sit around long enough, you normally you say, do you have room for a dessert at a regular restaurant? You're like, nah, I'm finna go. Because you finna go. But if you done sit around, you probably got room for dessert now. Or you probably like, can I get some fries, another little appetizer or something?
You want something
like
with some salt on it, so you can be like, okay, let me get something to munch on again.
Yeah, one more.
It's one more appetizer.
Wow. No, that's I don't know if y'all just picked up on it, but he literally gave y'all a blueprint.
It's
if you all are in the culinary arts industry on how to take that $4.50 order that I'm coming in for 50-cent wings, but now I done took that to about $70.
Right.
I took it to $70. You like, man, I ain't coming back to this place. But you like, man, you know what? Coming back next week for the 50-cent wings.
Yeah.
But now I'm gonna put my 20 over here.
So I can have
touch this.
Yeah. But the thing I love about this podcast is creative entrepreneurs, it's a different way. You're talking about a business concept, and what they would call that is, how do I increase your cart total, right? So if you're going to Walmart, or if you're going to some kind of retail store, you came in there to get one thing, but then eventually they want to put more in your cart, right? And so you're listening to businesses sometimes talk about how do you increase your cart, how do you increase the amount of money that the artist, or the customer is spending. That's what you're thinking about, right? I want to increase that, but it's not helping you know how to apply it in a creative space, and you just basically talked about increasing that, the lifetime, like the value of the customer, the order value, right?
Oh yeah. So, and this is just one of those things to where, man, everything costs the venue, from the paper goods to when you see, hey, your carry outs, your portion cups when you want sauces and things of that. So it's kind of like the margins are so low when you deal with food, to where when these restaurants are throwing these different things, they might say, hey, I got $3 lamb chops. but you got to buy them in increments of 4.
Mm-hmm.
Now you got to do the 3 times 4. We got 12. So
Right.
they still are getting quite. They ain't getting quite what they wanted, but now you're getting a thinner cut when we start talking about specials. So they ain't just. They getting right there to where, hey, how can I take a slight hit, but bait them into the building
To where they gonna buy it.
to where they're gonna buy. And then when you get there, you be like, hey, they got us for these $14 lamb chops, but that drink was $15. So that 15 plus that 14 put you right about $30 to what they were trying to make per person anyway.
Right.
And they're already doing those numbers based on, hey, how much volume do I have to move for that?
Right, and then I want to talk about another element we talked about. So we increased their cart order, or really their ticket size in the creative restaurant industry or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But then you talked about the event. Sometimes, since it's a restaurant, you would think that it's always free to come in because you're gonna just eat and then pay that. But do you have some of the nights where it's like you kind of got to pay for this experience and you ordering food? Do y'all do it like that too? Like
I can't speak about nobody else.
Yeah.
I can speak about what we do at the Five. So, it's the longevity for the Five is not charging.
Okay.
And the reason why I say that is just more so of a situation where I've seen people try to deliver at a ticketed price,
Mm-hmm.
and when you start digging into a ticketed price and you ticketed, you start losing your niche.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like, hey, what were my values? My values was having somewhere for people to always have somewhere to go.
Right.
And we're not going to get away from that. It's
Exactly.
like, hey, one of the things to where I got talent coming in this Sunday, a new hot rapper named Sage Michael. And he's got a real clicky little Dallas song. And I'm like, okay, they're vibing with it.
Mm-hmm.
But do I charge my customer for that? No, that's something that we like. We want to get him on the platform to where, okay, hopefully this is something the customers like and they come experience. Because
Exactly.
they're not catching it nowhere else for free. And hopefully he takes off after coming to hang with the Five. But the same token,
Yeah,
what are we risking?
Yeah, because another reason why I asked that, because it's like, I know you put that Saturday night piece, and that was an extra. That's outside of y'all's typical hours, so that could have been a charge.
It could be a charge, but it's also saying, hey, for the long run, do you get killed with being a restaurant or a club?
Exactly,
And the shelf life for the restaurant is gonna last longer than the club. But that club is gonna constantly rebuild itself. It's gonna constantly rebrand itself.
Right.
Where that restaurant can. Man, I done seen some restaurants last the test of time. Like when you start speaking about things that staple in other cities, like a 5015 or a Grooves. Grooves gonna be Grooves because they got good drinks, the ambiance is nice, and the food is consistent.
Right. It's like you going to a free day party.
Yeah.
I ain't had to pay to get in here, but I'm gonna pay for the food.
Yeah.
Another thing that I've seen some restaurants do, and this is a creative approach to marketing as well. They make it to where or even in the comedy world, I see them do it. You can come in here, but it's like you have to have
a 2-drink minimum or something.
Or you have to order something, or you have to have a $10 or up or $20. So y'all do something like that?
That's something that we offer as far as minimum spends when they come into our after-hour sets.
Okay.
So you come in from the 9 to 2 part, we do offer saying, hey, our main room has spend minimums based on that section that you want. Now, you come in 10 deep, you're going to have to pay 10 deep type of prices. So 10 deep probably starts at $250 on up to $400. 6-seaters might go down to $150 minimum. And once you divide by that group, it's kind of like, man, that's looking at $30 per person, man.
Yeah.
And then we got our 4-seaters, maybe $100 minimum spend. So that's a drink, 2 drinks, and a hookah and a wing basket. So it's just kind of like, we don't price ourselves out.
That's good.
We just put ourselves in the market to where, hey, you're already getting in free. You're getting Class A entertainment.
Yeah.
Hey, go ahead and meet the minimum.
Yeah. No, that's dope because you're adding value.
Yeah,
right?
we always gonna add value to where it's like you're not gonna get subpart of what you walked in with. You didn't pay the part, and it was free to get in. To where, hey, meet us right here at this baseline.
Yeah.
And that's like, hey, it's a no-brainer. So when you sitting around like, hey, I'm thinking about where to go.
Right.
It's easy. I'm going to the Five. Like, I ain't got to pay to get in. I stick my nose in there, grab a drink. If I don't like it, I just go on to the next spot.
Exactly.
No, that's dope.
So, and you see how, even as he talks about it, it's such a creativity to how he's curating everything, but it's still such a calculated business strategy.
Yeah.
And I'm sure there's there's a structure. There's a structure to how each day is going to go. There's a structure to the employees or the contractors that are in place that covers, like, this person do the graphics, this person does this. You have to have structure to things. Talk to me a little bit more about the back office side of a bistro that has events and tied to it? Because these are
So with the back office, we use Toast.
Okay.
It's pretty much a platform that's pretty much free because we only do RSVPs on Toast. So Toast kind of houses our analytics when you want to keep your demos on who your patrons are. It also talks about your email collection, so you can also build your database from there. It asks you, hey, are you celebrating a birthday? You collect more data from there. And then also it keeps you punctual on structure as far as your daily layout, as far as what's gonna go on when you bring your hostess in for that day, who's gonna go where, who go what time slots, how do we make this thing move? So Toast is in there for that. We start talking about back office for events as far as my parties. So we use more. I'm still an OG, so I still got the Eventbrite plugged in.
Okay.
So the Eventbrite is where I collect my fees.
Yeah,
That's where I get some of that money from.
Right.
I get my table fees from there, and that money is pretty much used to translate over to paying for the DJs or paying for the flyers or photographers that may come in bi-weekly and videographers. So that money is already washing itself. It's already coming in through a cycle to where that's not money that you generate with spend. It's just going back into the business and nurturing the business.
right.
Now you mentioned Toast being a tool that you use to gather demographic information and things like that. Can you speak a little bit of how important that data is and how do you use that data for your business?
Man, it's lead advertisement, right? So it's one of those things to where if you're running a high volume business and you getting those leads and those leads are being funneled in, I'm not thinking about just this particular aspect. That lead is going to be used for this event. Is going to be used for a curated event more so than like something I may be doing away from the five. And that list is going to say, hey, you know what? These are brunch goers. So if you got a brunch themed event, you might want to invite them to this. So shout out to the people that do mimosa day party. I might say, hey, you might not need me, but I got a list of people who love to brunch.
Yep.
If you want to plug me in, this is my rate for my email blast.
Right.
You
Hold on,
know?
wait a minute. So what I heard you just say is that not only do you use that for your restaurant, but now you're able to now sell that information to somebody else, another restaurant or whatever the case may be. So now they're going to pay you for that list or partner with you to do something because I have clientele.
Yeah. Or not even if you're not paying you for the list, paying me to promote to this list.
Right.
If I don't give this data up. Sometimes you can check a box to say this event and any of its affiliates, but sometimes for those of you who may not want to say, I don't want to sell the information, but you still have this list and I can sell you a price to promote to this list, something like that. So there's two ways to do it.
It's two ways to do it, but it's one of those things to where I came into this business as a promoter. So I already had influence over people. And I had that influence since maybe 2011 of throwing parties in Dallas to where I took that same influence and applied it to the restaurant and made the restaurant a whole revamp as far as the influence. Because when we received the five, it was almost to the brink of shut down. So just being able to rehab that whole space and bring new blood into the building with those list of leads and being able to take that same list of leads and funnel into the next project, you need it. It's one of those things with Toast, Resi, Event New York, Posh. I don't care if I'm talking to an entrepreneur. Get used to it. Get hands on. Try to break the system. Figure out what works best for you.
That's good. Okay, so you mentioned briefly about coming in as a promoter, and then you applied that to the restaurant industry. Promoter, you're a marketer because you said that you are. What's your title at the bistro?
Creative director.
Creative director. You're over in marketing and. What was the other thing you said, like marketing?
I'm over like marketing front of the house. That's what that would be called. So I'm pretty much creative director at the Five. I'm over the marketing advertisement for the Five, and then also as far as front of the house management. So I deal with all your people that you're going to frontline, people that you're going to touch, your bartenders, your servers, your hostess. I manage that whole department. So your first initial reaction when you walk into the restaurant is a reflection of me. My leadership, what I do, and hands-on as far as in that. Because again, you're seeing the flyer, so when you walk in, where Eric Grayson said da 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 da. This is what the flyer say.
The experience.
This is the experience. So now that whole experience is a back shot of me. So that's what I control there.
So and And I know you have like a prior to being a creative director for in the restaurant industry. I know you had just like a marketing background, and then and you said promoting events as well. So you've been a marketer, but also an event curator. And we want to talk about that event curation piece, because I said that earlier on when I introduced you. And there's a company that you have called Art Overdose, right? And Art Overdose is an event in and of itself that's totally separate from the Five. But before I do that, I want to put a connection there. Talk to me about your marketing background. Is this something that you went to school for? Is this something, how did you get this marketing about yourself, you know?
I'm one of the ones who threw parties to pay the rent.
Okay.
So when I was in college, I pledged Kappa Alpha Psi. I moved off campus, and you know, it was one of them things to where like, all right, we still got real bills. You don't got no rebate check. You don't get what they call a refund check. You don't got no refund check. When I go down there, hey, Mr. Nah, we got no refund check for you. So through shout out to my LB Brandon Martin, but out of Houston. But we just started throwing parties at Nico's in Tyler, Texas.
Yeah.
And it just kind of found me. Once I had a passion for it, it never felt like work. Never felt like work. Going out, pass out flyers, getting on Facebook with the old school way, getting on Facebook, creating the event pad tab, sitting, being the administrator, sitting those things out, doing again with the flyer guy, say, hey, I need you to press up 1,000 flyers, and we go hand to hand.
Yeah.
Guerrilla marketing, but in these days, you ain't got to do all that.
Yeah, okay, so what we got to do? So let's talk about, since we don't have to do all that, talk to us about, especially for those who are creative entrepreneurs and we want to get into the event business. We want to promote other people's events, or we want to have an event of our own, like you have at with Overdose, right? Our Overdose. So first of all, like, tell us a little bit about Our Overdose, and then tell us some of the non-guerrilla marketing strategies that you use.
Oh, okay. All right, so we'll go there. Yeah. So Our Overdose is a for us, by us art show here in Dallas, Texas, sunny South Dallas. I say that. I'm going to repeat that. Sunny side South Dallas. So we're not moving from there. It's a staple to where, hey, we're a voice for the artists, and the artist can be in a space of whether you're new, novice, amateur, professional. We're going to advertise it. We're going to exhibit. We're going to show your work, and we're going to be the promoter for you. Same thing as far as the vendors that come there, as far as the food trucks. Same thing as far as some of the emerging talent that we have performing there during the time frame, because we haven't had anybody that's a big name or somebody that just broke a record come and be a part of the show. It's pretty much shout out to Black Canvas and Gabe. Gabe is kind of our curator as far as our emerging talent. So it's its own grassroots festival that's within Dallas at this point.
You want to know the one thing that's holding most creative entrepreneurs back? It's not the talent. It's not even the vision. It's the lack of capital. Every day I watch brilliant creatives miss life-changing opportunities simply because they can't access business funding. Traditional banks, they really don't understand creative business like that. And most lenders, well, they don't care. But guess what? That ends today with the Minding My Creative Business partnership with Credit Savant. You can access up to $150,000 in business credit. You heard correct. Up to $150,000 in business credit. They have 0% interest options with 30 plus funding programs designed for creatives just like you. So what I need you to do is visit creditsavant.io now. Tell them MMCB sent you.
Okay.
As far as nuggets, as far as like what we do on the back end, I don't really like to get in there too bad like that. But
this is the exclusive.
This is the exclusive. So what people are doing right now is just kind of like, hey, if you check out the frames, if I turn these on right here, I'm recording you, so I'm getting you in my situation where it's my point of view.
Oh wow!
And so I'm gonna take that same clip. Probably pay $5, $10 to run the ad right there. If we did something monumental, I'm showing you from a point of view angle, this is what it looks like. That's why you see people with theme party, theme festival, you're seeing 5 or 6 different cameras being angled a certain way.
Right.
Because now it's all about the hype. What did it look like right here at your point of view?
Yeah.
And so I'm gonna take that point of view shot, get on there, say, hey, here go the entries. These are the people that I'm looking for in the back end of my ad when I'm setting it up through Instagram or Facebook and say, hey, I want you to run this. I want this to reach a 2,000-mile radius. I want this spin to be for 30 days. And I want this to go for this amount of budget. Now, your budget is your budget. Don't try to do it outside your means. But, hey, it's all about your point of view. It's right here. What's the focus in your near, up-close peripherals to what you can see. And, hey, those eye candy moments. And then really pushing it, driving it home.
Yeah. So showing people a POV is like more attractive to them because it's like, it's almost like I'm there. What am I experiencing? What I'm seeing? So
it's the game is ever evolving. So I had to evolve with the game. I got 20/20. I ain't really wear no glasses. But since I gotta capture the moment and be keeping it right in front of me, and then when I get it, don't hold on to it. Like most people like when I say I stack this content, I hold on to it. You gotta put it out there. Release.
Wow. Hold on. First of all, can we get a moment of admiration for him showing the juice right here in the. Come on.
I'm over here thinking, I gotta get some of them glasses.
I gotta get some of this. Come on. And then also, here's what I'm hearing from a strategy side. I'm hearing two things: strategy side and structure. And then last thing you just said is self-development. The game is always changing, so I have to always be changing. I have to always be evolving to keep up with how to continue to have that competitive edge. So shout out to you for that, and I hope that you guys didn't miss that. The structure part came in when you were talking about make sure you're releasing the content, because people just get all this capture, but make sure you have some type of release method. And of course, one of the releases turned into an ad, but then there's also just putting it out in other ways, and we can talk about that. The strategy part, though, is that I'm capturing while I'm here so that I can attract you to next year's or next month's or. So that's why. So the thing is, people are like, how can I get them at this one? You got to be so far in advance thinking about what you're doing. You're doing this one, but you're thinking about the next one and the next one and the next one. And I'm already figuring out ways to attract you to the next one this time.
Oh yeah. And it's doing what you can afford to do. You can still capture those same moments off the iPhone, but you're going to have to make an investment some way, some shape in your business. And if you are a vlogger or event creator, you're going to start playing with the toys that the event creators are doing at this point. They got DJI Osmos that you can put that thing right there in your hand and you can be right a part of the experience right there. And those are things what people are selling right now. It's a $1 billion industry based on right now just on experiences, selling experience. And the only way that you're going to be in front of it is being right there a part of it. And I was so against it to where, you know what, I don't want to walk around with that damn hand here. Let me whirl. Let me get in the game. Let me do something different. And be willing to learn these AI tools like just some nuggets I would throw out there. You know, download ChatGPT. Hell, pay for the service to where you can ask those prompts to where it'll game plan what you need to do for marketing within your realm, whether it be culinary or it may be event planning, to say, hey, what is my 7 day a week plan? What should my reels look like? What should my carousel look like as far as on my Instagram? Just being able to take those different tools and ask AI to where, like, I ain't even got to think about it. Hey, chat, write a caption for Eric that sounds like me and for Wings Day, and it'll go ahead and type it up.
And I like what you're doing with that, because it's like, you're not necessarily creating content, right? You're documenting, right? Like for you to just flip that on, I'm just documenting, right? I'm giving you that point of view. So I love that, because a lot of times I get hung up with the whole content creation, right? But to see that, I can just document. I can just document my experience and share that document, right? Is dope. And then you say utilize the ChatGPT, and now, you killing it.
Oh yeah. It's just one of those things to where in this industry we talk about event creating, it's storytelling. It's be able to tell somebody about Coca-Cola. Where did Coca-Cola derive from? That was what was the show? Issa Rae. And then we just turned into a whole block party. So it's one of the things to where we're gonna take Issa Rae's event, turn into something we're gonna do right here in sunny south side of Dallas with a full blown block party, art show. And then storytelling from after we get our sound bites. Storytell about, hey, what was your point of view? What was your point of view? And then take that whole story and create an event out of it. And I think the biggest thing when we start talking about event planners or what they do next is develop your own small niche. So whatever event you want to create, put it on Posh. But the reason why I'm saying Posh because it collects telephone numbers. The telephone numbers is key.
Right.
The analytics is right here in your hand because it's not waiting for an email. You got to go look for it. The text message is coming right there to your account. So it's one of those things that where I had to catch up the way with. Like I'm like, okay, how's your old school tail gonna take Eventbrite and merge over here to Posh? Because now people are starting to look for these new links.
Right.
But right now, if you're just getting started for the creative that's saying, hey, you know what, I'm getting to event planner, where do I start? Start with your Posh or Event New York.
Now, when you say, excuse me, I'm sorry about that. When you say, when you pick your event niche, what do you mean by that?
Man, your event niche is everybody's throwing parties. So why get into the party lane? It's an event niche. It's an event niche for people who love wine. I used to do an event, what was it, cocktails and conversation. So we used to have it at an actual winery. You know, take people outside the element to where, man, you could have wine and you could do all these different things. You take them to your clubhouse, but actually go to a black-owned winery and do something totally different. It doesn't have to be black-owned. Go to a different winery that where, hey, this is my speakeasy. I really ain't told everybody about this, and you create a special event out of that.
Exactly.
And then, hell, if you're playing with your own money, you want to do it at your clubhouse, hell, do it at a dope clubhouse. Don't just do it at a regular clubhouse. If you're going to do it, think big and do it somewhere dope to where it can kind of paint its own picture.
Why is it important to have a niche in the event space to you?
Man, it's important because
I mean, aside from everybody doing parties, but I'm saying, is there a financial benefit to it, or is there what else?
Where else are they getting it from? Is why kind of how I look at it. Like, hey, you can go to a lot of different art shows, but you can't go to Art Overdose. It's a special niche behind. That's a family. That's family. That's like a 21. When I say family, it's like the grown folk block party. This is like what you see in Chicago.
Yeah.
So if you from the Chi-Town and you come to Art Overdose, you like, man, is that DJ over there playing some house music? Yeah. And you get out there doing your little house music jig, you like, okay, that's different.
Yeah.
But I couldn't find it nowhere else. You know what I'm saying? So there's special things about the niche and the after dark parties, some of these mood parties, like these are curated events to where they putting together a special playlist. You can't hear it nowhere else. These are like, they add maybe intricate different little places or nostalgic places in the city to where think about something different that hasn't been done, plug away on Eventbrite, spinach, put your own sauce on it.
Yeah. No, that's dope because it's like you're meeting a need, and as business owners, that's what we do. We see a problem and we create something that's going to solve that problem or meet a need. And a lot of times we downplay it where it's like, okay, because it's not this massive need, like we ain't curing a disease or we're not curing hunger, but no, you're curing, like you said, that nostalgia. Sometimes I just want to go somewhere and just hear something that remind me of back in the day. Sometimes I want to go somewhere that remind me of mama and them. You know what I'm saying? So to be able to create an event or create something that speaks volumes because people are willing to pay. And it's niche because it's like you said, listen, if I can go somewhere and I can find some food that tastes like my mama food, I'm willing to spend. You know what I'm saying? So no, that's dope.
So we serving right now at this point. We're serving people an experience that they probably crave, desire, they want it, or sometimes they may even need it. So or it's something that they may not even know that they want, but it's like they gonna like this. So we know we serving them that experience. Now, talk to me about the business. After I'm serving this, I got this niche, I got this, all of that. How do I make money off the events? Am I just making money off the ticket sale? Do I have to, you know what I'm saying? Like, how am I making, how are we making money off of this?
So the biggest thing I would tell somebody when it comes to making money is to form partnerships and then start realizing, setting the old school way of a spreadsheet, accountability of what you're spending as far as profit, expenses, my loss. What is it going to take to put this all together? So when you just start, hey, I'm just tell you how I do it. So I'm going to zoom in on this.
Yeah, talk to them.
If you're working with a DJ, I'm all about ownership. So I'm all about profit sharing. So it's kind of like, hey, instead of me eating the cost with the DJ, what do I want to do? I want to put the DJ on my team. DJ, do you want to partner with me? My graphic designer, do you want to partner with me? This is kind of like how I put the whole team together. Like, my graphic designer already dope. Do you want to partner with me? And now my balance is zero. Right. So now the only thing we got to go do is find a venue. And then hopefully we can work that venue to where that venue becomes a partner. Yeah. Now everything's at zero, so what's stopping us from making this thing shake?
Yeah. So don't miss that because what you're saying in essence is, I'm partnering with these people so I don't have to pay them up front, right? We're profit sharing. So we're going in together. You're going to bring your skill set and expertise. I'm going to bring my skill set and expertise. You're going to bring your skills and expertise. And we're going to come and do this and collaborate together. So even in that, though you're giving your skill set and expertise, there might be a financial investment as well because we're partnering now, right? So we're going together on this. And then once profit is made, right, then we're able to divide it accordingly based on what was contributed. So no, that's a dope business model because you're saying, like you said, it's like I'm not coming out of pocket to spend now.
None of us are. It's not that I'm not paying you.
Right.
You're not paying me.
Exactly.
Right.
So we haven't created an expense out of each other.
Exactly.
We've only now created profit.
We've only created profit.
Yeah.
We only created an experience from each other's. It's one of those things to where, like, if I can tell anybody that's getting into the event world or curation world of doing this thing is saying, hey, if you don't have a boatload of money, you're not willing to take that risk and just being different or going out to the big name artists or the big name DJs or the big name graphic designers, man, create profit sharing, create teams, development within your focal point and reach outside your group. Don't be afraid to work with the next person and if they tell you, hey, my budget is $200, pay the $200. Like, if their work is great and this is dope, go ahead and get it done.
Yeah.
But just getting started, look at ways to profit share.
Yeah. I think this fire because you start off with we have a profit share situation, so we're going to later on profit because we've cut down the expense on each other. But like to the point that you were getting at, when we now say, okay, even after we brought each other to the table, we still have some other expenses, right? Because we don't need a venue, we don't need graphics, we don't need the person who's going to be over the booking and the booking manager or whatever. We got you to do that, and we have me. I'm going to be doing the marketing and all that kind of stuff. We still have some other expenses.
Oh yeah.
And now instead of you, this one person having to shoulder, it may still be $5,000 worth of expenses or $10,000 worth of expenses. Let's just say for example, even after that, you still got $10,000 worth of expenses because you still got security. And you ain't finna put everybody can be security people. Everybody can be on the team. You know what I'm saying? Everybody can't be on the ownership, but you still got it. Like you said, you still got to pay those people. So after we finish paying all of that, tallying it up. Let's say we're at $10,000. Now instead of me having to come up with $10,000 myself, we're splitting that $2,500, and that's easy for us to come up with without it impacting other things that we have going on. Take us on from there.
From there, hopefully you're dealing with a team that's not penny pinching. Let's start there. You know what I'm saying? You got to be able to have those tough conversations in the room to say, hey, here's our budget. So we're starting from, let's just say we're working with $2,500 each. The gross is you're working your ticket sales backwards. So you're trying to figure out, hey, if I owe $2,500 right here, how much of this ticket needs to be priced at? So we're saying the goal is $10,000. How do we conquer that $10,000? I'm not using a calculator, but
let's make it simple math.
Right.
You do
simple math.
tickets.
We need $100 tickets. My bad.
You good.
We need $100 tickets, and then how do we scale from a festival time frame? So now we're talking about scalability. So hey, the average ticket is 100. Those are early birds, right?
Yeah.
So now I got to get to GA. So I run an ad on what gets me to my net profit of that $100. So I got 100 tickets over here for $100. Boom. My next ticket is gonna be $150. Now we gotta start making some profit because now we gotta pay some of the artists that's gonna perform. So that's the GA. Now GA done sold out. Now I got VIP. My VIP is $200. So now you got scalability across that's making this event totally fluid. And that's not even talking about, hey, VIP bundle, which coming with a shirt, that's coming with glasses, maybe a swag bag. We're not talking about skip the line, that's extra profit. We're not talking about any of those other things. We're just talking about pure scalability when you're doing the event. So we just use a festival format that's saying, hey, get these early birds. I always tell anybody, when you with any event you see, start with a teaser.
Yeah.
Because that teaser is probably they break even more.
Right.
Yeah.
That's it, from a promoter to promoter, event curator or not. That early bird is a break even money. Once we sell out those, it's time to make some money. So now we got this next one. Now we kind of like, hey, how do you scale it to where now you're not pricing people out? And when you're dealing with these festivals, it's kind of like the demand. You're dealing with venue constraints. They just say, hey, you can only put 1,000 people in here. So you got to start adding value to each ticket price. And that ticket price is going to say, you know what, you're limited by, you're already at 80%, now that ticket has to go up another $20, $30. You almost got to get it to where you price themselves out. It's kind of like a Beyonce, like, If they want to pay $3,000 for a ticket, let them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, this is how you're going to profit. This
Yeah.
is how you're going to create an event to where it distiles the time. So it's just
Mm-hmm.
one of those things to where when you start looking at matrix, you start understanding where's our fluff. Where's my margin starting here? Saying, hey, my baseline margin, I'm going to make that off pre-sales. I'm not never going to put that forward as a GA.
Yeah.
I'm making all that off pre-sales. That's the golden rule. I'm going to make all this off pre-sales and everything else is profit.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
And GA is general admission, just for, like I
just
said,
in
I don't
case.
want to assume that y'all know, but yeah.
Okay, so then after this, is this the only place that we can make money off of with an event business company? Is this?
Oh, no.
Okay. What else in the business?
Oh, no. So you're going to get paid for, I want to say collaborations. You're going to get paid to say, hey, you know what? You did such a start. You had such a great event over here. You got flat rate pricing to where somebody says, hey, you know what? Eric wants you to be a part of this party. I don't want to commission you. What's your flat rate? And your flat rate may be your budget is your budget. And what what it costs for somebody to book me right now might be $1,500 to collaborate with. Just depending on, are we talking about event, festival, or are we talking about just doing a party?
Yeah, no, I'm talking about at your event. Is that how else can we make money at the event?
So just at this particular event.
Oh yeah, just.
Oh, we're gonna talk about, man. Look, we're gonna set up a vendor table.
Mm-hmm.
So you're gonna have your merch on there just like you was a rock and roll. You're gonna have your merch table. You're gonna have your concession because now everybody can do something. Whether you make candles, you could do mason jars, you could do your own teas, you could do cologne. You're gonna find your own aspect into the whole aspect of what's going on with this particular favor to have you another table or another seat at the table.
Yeah.
Or if you have a food truck, I talk about profit sharing. You might call up somebody that you're a great friend with saying, hey, I know something that knows something, and we sold out.
Yeah.
And you like, what that mean? You know something, know something. Hey, look, we over 2,000 people sold. The entry point to get into this event is $300. I'm going to split that with you. You do a 60-40 split with me about what we make as far as on the profit. Now you may earning other money or putting your money in other buckets to where you're still earning money at the Steel Festival.
Wow.
So it's simple math. It's like, hey, I already know I sold that over here, so what you want to do? You got this food truck just sitting there. Let's go make some more money.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's that MSI, right? Multiple streams of income, right?
Yeah.
Where it's like, and we talked about this the other day, where it's like, it's not different. A lot of times when we think about multiple strains, we thinking it got to be these different things, but it's like, no, we're going to do the same event, but we're just going to bring other elements in the event that makes the event better. Now we're able to generate more revenue, and now we're able to increase that profit for that event because we provided these other aspects and factors meeting the need. Because if you had an event, you're going to get hungry.
Yeah, you'll get hungry.
So why not partner with a food truck, right? We know that you're going to want to have some kind of keepsake, so why not have merch, right? So all these different elements and whatnot, that's just. And
then, for us, just speaking of myself in general, we know y'all want hookahs at the event, so why not have your own hookah team?
Yeah. So you're saying your own branded merch for that event? Your event have its own branded merch, or your event can have its own branded candle if that's the feng shui, or
man, you're a walking when you're a business owner, you're a walking billboard of the whole company.
Yeah.
So you gotta have that clothing line. You gotta have, if you're in something to where you can influence some, like you should have your own wine. If you're in the kitchen industry, you should have your own seasonings. Like it's another stream of your business being sold in every pocket of what you do. If you're influencing it, in the right way.
Man, listen. Okay, so I love it. I think that if I'm watching this episode, I'm kind of like, I like this. This is sounding good.
Yeah.
You have such a creative way of looking at things. I know you probably feel it's normal to you, and it seems like, oh yeah, this is just easy. But the way you talk about it seamlessly, I can tell you're seasoned in it, you steeped in it, but you actually just have it's just a creative way. And I think that oftentimes when we think about marketing, we forget it's just like a job. Like I'm a marketer. No, that's like a whole level of creativity. And then of course, then there's the event side. How do I create the vibe and the experience? And you think about that so well and don't feel like you have to do everything yourself.
Oh, yeah.
Here's the thing that I want to talk about to creative entrepreneurs. When we're talking about being in the event space, right? Having an event company and these types of events, You cannot do it by yourself. This is not a one-man thing. This is a team effort. And you know why I love things that are team effort is because it moves creative entrepreneurs out of the freelancer mode and move them into owning a system. Now we have this system that's operating and is making money without my single hand handling it. Same thing with in the culinary arts, right? If you're going to affect business in that area, you're going to create profit. You're doing it at a bistro, which is like the smaller restaurant style, but maybe somebody wants to do this for food trucks or a food truck park, and it's the same thing. You still have to think creatively about the business, and you do that so well. So I just want to say thank you for dropping so many gems.
Appreciate it for having me.
Yeah, you feel like I ain't even really saying that.
Yeah, I feel like shit. I'm like, what's next? What we doing?
All right, so before we go, I'll say before we get out of here, I want you to drop us a secret, drop us a nugget. Like it can either be from the culinary art, like the restaurant side, or it can be from the event side. This is a sweet spot that people are missing out on that they can be applying in business.
Oh, that's gonna be tough. I guess I'm just I'll tell you from a season of where I'm at. It's pour into your people, but don't let your people drain you. And understand that sometimes I'm in a space to where this is coming straight from me that you can't take everybody with you. Yeah. But you continue to, when you're building your teams, you're pouring into them, you're giving them all the resources, but don't let it drain you. Don't ever put it to a point to where that basket is like, hey man, this cup running over and I'm still having to do your job. Once you get them to the level to where they might be, it's okay. Yeah. Right. You done brought them to a level in which they didn't reach their capacity, so you had to go on up. Yeah. So just continue to point to your people because your relationships are always key in business. Period. Yeah. And I got contacts to where if they see me calling, they know I'm probably calling about some money that we're gonna make, and that's always gonna be key. So yeah, always develop your people that's around you.
Yeah. Develop your people.
Yeah. No, I love that. I love that concept of pouring in, but don't let it drain.
Don't let it drain.
Right. And I'm hearing a part of that. That's that whole self-development, where it's like there's some self-care that has to take place. Because the pouring out, that is draining. But understanding your limitations, understanding I need to put boundaries around this, right? So there's certain ways that I will pour out, certain ways that I'm not going to pour out. Because if I pour out this way, that's going to be draining. So having that level of understanding is key. So I appreciate you sharing that.
No problem.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Even your approach that you talked about ownership in a different way than anybody else has talked about it on the podcast. Yeah. Because even that's a way of making sure you're pouring out and it's not draining you. Yeah. Because you say, I can keep doing a thing for you. From what we know, you was a marketer before, you specifically marketer only, helping other people market their businesses. But now you're an owner. You own a couple of companies. So now I'm saying doing that same pour, but it ain't going to drain me because it's coming back to me. Right, because I own part of it. I'm profit sharing in that. And so that right there is a way of doing it too. But I know that probably wasn't what you was talking about, but I'm just saying it's just wrapped around everything you're talking about. And I want to make sure that creative entrepreneurs understand that. Yeah. Like that's a way. Yeah. Like if I heard I interviewed a guy the other day, his name is Pink Beard. I interviewed Pink Beard, and Pink Beard said, we need to embrace this team mentality. Like we need to embrace this profit sharing mentality, ownership mentality, so we can, instead of like stop letting everybody make an expense out of you. And even if you can pay them the expense, you would have done them a disservice, because why not let them do a thing and they share in the profits? Why not? You know what I mean? So ultimately, I can't drain you because you just poured into me, but after we reap on the other side, it's gonna come back to you. And so so I think that's...
I'm wholehearted into filling these different buckets up because I don't need to be the master of everything. It's kind of like I'm fine with my 5% over here, but just let me work together with you. Yeah. And then, hey, we can come to some solid agreements to where, hey, we're not stepping on no toes. I'm a firm believer of if you own a department, you own it. I'm not crossing over to your line. Yeah. You tell me you the accountant and I'm the marketer, accountant gonna be accountant. I ain't gonna never say, hey, what that dollar was. Like, I'm gonna trust you enough. Right. So I'm gonna trust you enough in that business to where I can pour it in you. You gonna say, hey, we finna open this accounting firm. Sure, what you need? Yeah. Go do it. Go run through a brick wall. Yeah. And vice versa, man. I just feel like we just, as a culture, when we speak about us, we're just behind in on that pouring.
Yeah. That's what's up. And we usually ask, like, what's something else that you would give people? But you kind of wrap that up. You kind of, we would always ask, like, hey, before we get out of here, anything you want to say you want to leave people with, but I feel like that, like that's solid.
Definitely.
That's super solid.
Definitely.
Unless it's something else you got.
Hey, this don't never feel like where it's. I told you, you asked was I ready. I'm like, so let's go.
Yeah, we can talk about that on the podcast. We talk about that on the podcast. So I love it. Now, I thank you for being here, but I thank you so much again. I really appreciate that. Ron, you got something?
Yeah, no, listen, thank you, but we also want to thank you for tuning in and listening to this podcast. Hopefully you all got some gems and some nuggets. Please follow this gentleman. Let us know where can they follow you
at Crown Holders 11, and if you follow the business page for the art show, it's Art Overdose DTX 214, and then at the 5 is Five Bistro. Yeah, I think it's at Five Bistro. Yeah, at Five Bistro Bar. That's what it is.
Awesome. So make sure you follow. Also, make sure that you are liking this podcast. Whatever platform you're listening to, like, comment, let us know your thoughts. And share it with another creative entrepreneur that can gain from the information that's being shared on this podcast. So on that note, Shy has something to tell you.
Yes. Okay. So this is the part that's important. Not only do we not want you to like and comment and subscribe and all that kind of stuff, we want you to join the Creatives Corner community. The Creatives Corner community. It's a community that we've created for creative entrepreneurs. You can go get into these entrepreneur communities out here, and they may not fit you specifically, but this is so that you can actually lock up and link up with like-minded individuals who are trying to scale to 6, 7, and 8 figures just like you. And y'all can network together. Maybe y'all can get some profit sharing going together. Who knows? I'm just saying it can't happen until you join the Creatives Corner community. It's actually a community, and it's a newsletter where you'll gain tips on strategy, structure, and self-development all at the same time. How do you get a part of this group? Go to mmcbpodcast.com. Again, that's mmcbpodcast.com. Yeah.
All right. So now we always wrap up the show doing our mantra. So we want to engage everybody here because we've been talking. Now it's your turn to talk. So, Shy, take us forward.
So I don't want you to comment right here. I want you to use your vocal cords. I want you to talk, right? So we want to hear from you. We think it's so important to do this mantra. So when I say this, I want you to repeat after me. Here we go. Everybody in here going to say it.
Oh,
right?
everybody.
Right?
Okay.
So
ain't no votes I leave.
Right.
Okay. So all it takes is intention, consistency, and laser focus, to mind my creative business.
To mind my creative business.
And on that note, peace.